everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Top 10 Trends in P&C and Life Insurance 2021, Data and Digital Go to the Next Level, presented by IT Group's P&C and Life Insurance practice teams, which are led by Research Director Michael Trilly. I'm Lori Spendley, and I'll be one of your IT Group hosts for today's webinar. We'll be starting shortly, but first let me just take care of a few housekeeping items. Today's webinar will be recorded, and a link to view the recording on demand will be available to all current IT Group clients of our P&C and life insurance practices. We'll be taking questions at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to submit your questions using the questions feature located in the GoToWebinar toolbar to the right of your screen. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's speakers. Our main host and first presenter is Michael Trilly, Research Director for IT Group's Insurance Practice, where he specializes in commercial and consumer healthcare payment innovation, spanning providers, payers, and the employer benefits industries. He brings to IT Group more than 15 years of experience in product management, strategic partnerships, market research, and business strategy in the financial services and payments industries. Joining Mike, we have an expert lineup of speakers, including senior analysts Jay Sarzan, Manoj Apreti, and Stuart Rose. So without further ado, I'll turn the mic over now to Mike, and thank you again for joining us. Enjoy today's webinar.
Thank you, Lori, and welcome everyone. And certainly I want to say on behalf of the team, thank you for spending part of your day with us today. We're excited to talk about our top trends. And before I do so, I wanted to give a little bit more color to the introductions and the teams. As you may have heard some new names, and for those of you who've been with us for a while have seen some new faces here. So I just wanted to take a moment, orient you with the faces as well as the roles on today's presentation. So Jay Sarzan, as Lori had said, has been with us for 5 years. He brings over 15 years of experience, and certainly looking forward to hearing what he's going to tell us on trends in the P&C space. Stuart Rose joined us in January of this year. So while Stuart won't be presenting on this panel, if you do have some questions around data and analytics, claims automation, or fraud, certainly feel free to send those Stuart's way after the presentation. Manoj has joined us as recently as July of last year. And so Manoj will be presenting the life and annuities trends. And then I'd like to bring up Rodney. And so while Rodney is not going to be presenting on our panel, he's a key piece of our research agenda going forward. Rodney joined us in August of last year, and he covers strategic IT issues that span financial services, with insurance being one of them. And so what I'll do is at the end of the presentation, highlight some of the research that Rodney has contributed to the insurance practice in IT, as well as some upcoming research to give you a feel for the strategic IT that research he's producing. So as we look at the top trends, I mean, I think certainly this is always an interesting conversation we have as a team in terms of what to include and what not to include. And, you know, I think we're very excited to talk about these top 10 as you see here. So Jay is really going to get us started with trends 1, 2 through 4, looking at claims automation, mobility and what that means, looking at fraud in the P&C space, both are relative to artificial intelligence and data and analytics, as well as ID verification, and take us a little bit into the cloud and what he expects to see there. I'll take trends 5 and 6, and really these are based on some research that we produced last year, and the trends that came out of that were very insightful, and hopefully you'll see that as well. And then Manoj is going to bring us home with really trends 7 through 10, so looking at the underwriting process, wellness, as well as really product strategies that he sees could be unfolding in 2021. So